which is a new program and also a very old program, because we just revamped the whole program in line with the current development of the industry. So before I start, I want to share with you a video. So hopefully every one of you can catch the vibe and also the vision of our program. We wanted to have a global vision with a vibrant community. A global vision in the sense, not only we want to teach the idea in the classroom, also beyond the classroom. So the beauty of which is students can have the first-hand experience in different fashion capitals, particularly New York, Paris. And now we want to extend it to other fashion capitals like Tokyo, Seoul, even Milan in our another pathway, new pathway, which is targeting the fresh graduate. And also over the years, we've been running the program for about 17 or 18 years, because we started the program in 2004. So over the years, we have built up a very strong network with the alumni, with the community. And also through the alumni group, we have reached out to the industry. So in that sense, we have a very strong and very vibrant relationship with the industry, because we are the only fashion institution and textile institution in Hong Kong. And we understand that there have been lots of changes in recent years. And we shouldn't just depend on what we have in the textbook. And also we should rely more from professionals in the industry. So we want our program as a platform for learning for our students, not only for our students, but only for our graduates. So not only in the classroom. In the classroom, we try to, in addition to our lectures, we try to have industry professionals to come over to share their experience with us. And every once in a while, we will have industry leaders to share with us their unique experience from the industry. And also we reach out and we try to visit different companies as well. And also we try to stay more connected with the industry. So by doing lots of different activities to participate in different industry-related activities like seminars, like conference. So in that sense, we want to build up a platform for different stakeholders. For different stakeholders in the sense that we think that our students should also contribute to the industry, to the society as well. And so that's what I mean by a platform, not only just the classroom. And as the only fashion institution in Hong Kong, so we have Polytech University has a long experience, has a very good history here. And so we have a very good relationship with different world-class fashion schools in different parts of the world. So for this program, particularly, we talk about Fashion Institute of Technology. We talk about Institut Français de la Mode. But our institute has good relationship with other world-class fashion institutions like London College of Fashion, like World College of Art, like Bunker in Japan. So we try to take advantage of our unique position with other fashion schools in the world. And also, it is the only international fashion business master program in the region, in Hong Kong and China. more than textbook, we actually will visit fashion capitals in different parts of the world. So talking about the structure of the program, and we have every subject have 3 credits. So we have 3 core subjects, in other words, like 9 credits. And then we have 2 pathways for the global immersion. One pathway is for those professionals in the industry, and then another pathway particularly for those fresh graduates. And also we have elective subject, 4 elective subjects in the program. So let me walk you through this. For the core subject, we think that vision is very important. So that's why one of the core subjects is the global fashion strategic management. And then another subject is fashion entrepreneurship and organization behavior. So today we heard about the terms like slasher and then startups. We think that it is quite important for our students, for our graduates to have that kind of knowledge to be an entrepreneur. And particularly recent years, for different reasons that the industry has been moving so fast. For example, the e-marketing, we talk more about the sustainability, we talk more about the digitalization. So we have another particular subject, the contemporary issues in international fashion business. Like what I said before, particularly we try to use that subject as a platform to invite industry leaders to share their experience with us, to update our knowledge. So the global immersion study pathway is a very distinctive element in the curriculum. People can acquire intellectual knowledge and the global understanding of the fashion apparel industry through the overseas trip. And again, I just want to remind you that we started the conventional immersion 1 program. I mean the traditional collaboration with Fashion Institute of Technology and Institute of Delaware for about 17 or 18 years. So over the years, we have a very good understanding with our partner institution. And also already some of the structures or some of the design of the program already are organic in the sense like already most of the industry leaders, they understand our program, they become friends of our program. I mean, they give lots of support for us. Now, again, I just want to remind you, there are 2 options, 2 pathways for this program. One of them is for those experienced professionals. And this year, particularly, we have changed the admission requirement. We think that we should open up for people, different backgrounds, regardless of your academic background, or regardless of your professional experience. Chances are you were in civil engineering, chances are you were in sociology. And then we think that that kind of diverse background will help in terms of building up a stronger, more creative community for us. So that's why this year, particularly, we try to open up the admission requirement. But for immersion 1, we stress the importance of professional experience, in other words, the working experience, because there is a tacit agreement between us and also our partner institution, because when they join this overseas seminar, we have to interact with the students, and all the students have a very good experience in the industry. So in order to initiate very constructive, very creative kind of ideas exchange, we think that the maturity is very important, and also that working experience is very important. So what happened in this overseas seminar? So normally in September, we'll have a trip to Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, and then normally, okay, and then in April, the April after, we'll go to Paris to Institute Français de la Mode in Paris. And then in November, we'll have another seminar here in Hong Kong. So in every seminar, students from different institutions will group together in respective campus. So for seminars, so in seminars, I mean that industry leaders will come over to share the experience with the students. So iconic speakers like Bruno Pawlowski, the fashion president of Chanel, Silly Toledano. Today, he's the CEO of LVMH. And also, if you like design, you should know who's Michelle Lamy. Michelle Lamy is the partner of Rick Owens. And here in Hong Kong, Mr. Andrew No, he did come over to share his experience. Mr. Andrew No is the second generation of Crystals, and also the CEO of Esquire, and then did come over to share the experience of the student. So, and also Michel Dumas. Michel Dumas is the sixth or seventh generation of MS, and and also we have company visits in Paris. It's almost like regular. We visit the office of Chanel. We visit the apartment of Coco Chanel. I mean, the apartment Coco Chanel lived there before. And we visited the studio of Christian Dior. We visit the studio of design house of MS. Okay, and also probably you still remember back to the slide one, and then we visit the production facilities of LVMH. Okay, so even here in Hong Kong, we did experience to visit the facilities of Esquire and YKK before, and also Shanghai 10. I mean, when I say iconic, they really are iconic companies. They really represent the global fashion industry. And also that is the company we support. And also about cultural exchange, we think that that is particularly important for this option, because in every seminar, students from we have a group of students from more than 10 cultures. When I say more than 10 cultures, so just imagine people from FIT, even though it's an institution in New York, but they recruit students from different parts of the world. And also when I say IFM students, but actually because the mode of teaching is broad teaching. So every weekend, students from different parts of Europe will fly to Paris to take the class. So in that sense, we are talking about students of more than 10 cultures. You see the beauty here. We want to take advantage of that beauty, the cultural diversity. So in every seminar, whenever possible, we try to have a real case study for the student to collaborate with real brands, and then asking, so it runs like we will have a CEO to present a company's problem or issues to the student, and the students will form into different groups, and we make sure that every group will have students of different cultures, and then together they will try to make a business proposal to that particular company. So we did have this kind of case study working together with Christian Dior, with Canonical, with MS before. So you could imagine how vibrant it is. So another beauty of which is, if you still remember what I said, so the overseas trip will start with the New York seminar in September, and then the Paris seminar in April, and then the Hong Kong seminar in November. Now, I just want to remind you that it's subject to change. I mean, the terms of schedule, because every institution is trying to change a little bit in line with the current situation. But the thing is, just imagine after the 3 seminars, since students did work together for different case study, and then they did study together in different seminars. So after they finish the whole program, not only for the local network, they have a global network. I have experience, I have examples, students after they finish the whole program, and then they work together for different kinds of business initiative. Now that is a new program because every year we get inquiries from students asking whether fresh graduate can participate in this exciting program. And but for the conventional one, for the traditional one, the answer is no. But we see potential, okay, for the fresh graduate. So just for this upcoming semester, for this upcoming year, we start to have a new program, but particularly for the fresh graduate, and this program we have more autonomous, and but we try to have the beauties of the global vision. Okay, so what's so special about this program is, I just want to remind you this: we still collaborate with famous international fashion school, but probably not restricted to FIT or IFM, and then we might try to visit other schools as well, particularly when we talk about Asia. So in Asia, again, I told you that we have a good collaboration, good relationship, for example, in Korea with Hanyang. And for my group of GFM students, and we did visit Seoul National University before, and then we try to build up, we try to grow this kind of collaboration. So 2 overseas trips, one trip will go to Asia. It could be Seoul, it could be Tokyo, it could be Vietnam, or it could be Bangkok. It really depends on at that particular year, which city is more interesting. Student can benefit more. And then another trip will be either in Europe or in United States. So in Europe, it could be in Milan, it could be in Paris, and then in New York, it could be in LA, it could be in New York. Okay, still, we try to have industry figures to share the experience with our students, and then we try to visit different fashion schools, and also for different kinds of cultural exchange as well. So again, to remind you that we have 2 pathways. The first pathway is targeting working professionals, at least 3 years working experience, but 3 years is just the minimum, because the normally people will have like 5 or even more experience for the first option, for the first pathway. And then the second pathway, which is a new pathway, particularly for those fresh graduates. Now, I just want to share with you what happened before in 2022. Because of COVID, and we stopped the program for 2 years. I mean, that is well understood, since we have the travel restriction. But we think that we should move on. So, but still, with lots of challenges, we managed to visit New York in just the past September. So what happened? If you want to share with you some of the highlights, Tommy Hilfiger, you see the gentleman, he came to talk to the students. And also, again, I told you we want the cultural exchange. So we have different kinds of workshops, and then different kinds of lectures, excuse me, different workshops, different lectures. The main purpose is for students of different cultures to work together. I mean, that is a very valuable experience. And also another iconic figure is Mickey Dresser. If you have the time to Google, you should know he, again, another iconic figure. I think he's retired, but before he's retired, I mean, semi-retired and then started his own business. And he's the person who turned around the business of J. Crew, and also he worked for Gap before, and also in the very senior management at Apple. I mean, just a legend. I mean, still a legend in the industry, and also for cultural understanding. Because normally in different cities, which not only in the classroom, we try to go out the classroom, and we think that fashion is more than what you find in the wardrobe, and it's more than textiles, it's more than clothing. So we have to understand the history of different cities. So you see the Tenement Museum, which is a a museum about new immigrants near Charlottetown in New York City. So back then in the early days, that's how a very important venue, a very important location about the history of New York fashion and textile industry. Likewise in Hong Kong, if there are any participants here in Hong Kong, you probably know that Sam Shui Po is very important as well, and so Kwai Chung is very important as well, though the neighborhood is small. But I think it's quite interesting, also very important for us to understand the historical background of different fashion capitals. And also visit the lecturer system, I mean the companies in New York. So apart from the core subjects and then apart from the travel element, okay. And we have quite a number of elective, because we understand that we have to make it more flexible for the student, and the student have different talent, different interests. So we have quite a number of elective for students to choose from. And so you probably know that our department, our school is very famous for our textile technology. So definitely we have a subject about advanced textile materials and technologies. And also sustainability is a big word, it's a buzzword, and then everyone talks about it, and then that is the future of the not only the textile and fashion business, but business in general. So another subject is corporate social responsibility and sustainability management. So everything is digital around us, the metaverse things, and also e-marketing, e-commerce. And so another subject, digital disruption and fashion innovation management. So you probably know that we have a very close relationship with the artificial intelligence laboratory design and in Hong Kong Science and Technology Port, and then we try to work closely with that laboratory. I think at least a visit with them or some lecture with them is very possible, and hopefully more a closer relationship with the laboratory. And all of this a little bit about quite linear thinking and quite hard science. And fashion is more romantic. And then we think that the emotional part is also very important. The cultural part is very important. And also we have particular strength in that area. So we have another subject about fashion and consumer culture. And omnichannel retailing, and then a very popular subject here, so that's why we keep it here. And also another subject, fashion has a fantasy to many of them. And I think when we talk with students, when we talk with people about the fashion industry, the names that pops up normally is about those luxurious brands, Cartier, Louis Vuitton, and Bottega Veneta, LVMH, and Tom Ford. Also, that's why we have another elective subject, which is luxury fashion brand management. Actually, we have quite a number of successful alumni, but I would say because we are living in the rush, and because we just published a brochure about our program, and then so we just conducted a few interviews for some of the alumni. So some of the representatives here is, for example, like Mr. Terence Low. He's the group sourcing director for Peak Performance. If you don't know Peak Performance is a major outdoor brand in Scandinavian country, and also Peak Performance is under Emma, and Emma is just bought by Enter. So the company actually is under Enter today. Okay. So I think everyone knows Cartier, and then Mr. Gabriel Aouyang, and he's the retail operation manager for Cartier. And also Oscar. Oscar, you can tell he's Oba, he's Korean. And he was working here in Hong Kong, and then he enrolled in the program. So then after he finished the program, he's relocated to Vietnam, and that's from scratch. He started the filler operation in Vietnam, and he's now the director of filler. And actually, there are quite a lot, and that is the beauty of the program, the legwork. People in different areas, and people have different expertise. For example, the director of Prada is an alumni. For example, we have another manager working for Bottega Veneta. We have the shop manager before Joyce, and also an alumni, and also in merchandising area, and also many of them are having their own business. Okay, so as I told you, the program is more. I mean, for in the past, the intake, the program is small. So over the years, the beauty of small is they kind of closely connected to each other. So every once in a while, they group together. And also, as I told you, we go beyond the classroom. So even though after they graduated, I have organized lots of different activities for them to mingle, for them to share their knowledge. For example, this upcoming Friday, we have a homecoming party for the graduates, and we have 80 of them will join us. The alumni, the graduates will join us. And also I take advantage of this opportunity to invite people from the industry to join us. And so far, we have people from Panerai, we have people from Caring Group, we have people from Ferragamo, and also the Hong Kong Apparel Society, the Young Industrialist Council, all these industry people support, which is amazing. And I mean, all this, I try to make it regular, because again, what I told you is, it is the program is more than we go beyond the classroom. It is a platform. So about the admission requirement, many of you are quite interested in. So this year we're trying to open up the requirement. You don't have to be in that industry. You don't have to be your undergraduate degree. You don't have to be relevant, because we think that nowadays we talk about selection, and then we think that the philosophy of that program is very much a teacher is like facilitator. Chances are you people know more than I do, and then I just try to, in the class, I try to facilitate the discussion, and then I run it up with the theories, with different kinds of major understandings around us, what's going on in the academia. So we try to open up the admission requirement, welcome people from different backgrounds, but at least you should have a good undergraduate degree, okay? But for the immersion one, the first option, I mean, the collaboration with FIT and IFM, still, we need the working experience, because as I told you, the operation is very different, and because we have a strict collaboration with FIT and also IFM, and then in IFM, it is an executive MBA, and then in FIT, it is a professional studies. So we are looking at working professionals with at least 3, but actually the ultimate experience is 5 years experience. But for option 2, fresh graduate is fine, as long as you have a passion, as long as you have a good interest in fashion. And if you are not a native speaker and your bachelor degree or equivalent qualification is awarded by institution where the medium of instruction is not English, you're expected to fulfill the university's minimum English language requirement. So I didn't put anything particularly here, because when we draft it, when we draft this presentation, we still have the worry of COVID. And then, the past 2 years, we understand it's very difficult for students to go to different centers to take the examination about the English. So please check our university's website to the latest requirement about the English requirement. So the money, okay, we have 30 credits, and so every credit is 5,460. And many people will ask, what about the trip? Because students, different background, different requirement. So you pay for the trips, for the travel. You pay for you pay for your own accommodation. You pay for only travel expenses. Okay, that program is a master program. So don't, so in other words, don't expect, kind of like babysitting, a kind of care. We're always there for you, but you are adults, okay? That's what we expect. So if I miss anything, and also if you want to understand more, try to check out the website. And I think we also have the Instagram. Okay, the name of the Instagram is GFM PolyU. The name of the Instagram. The name of the Instagram is GFM PolyU, and then you can, every once in a while we try to post something new for about this program, and also that is more for the GFM community. So we want to share some kind of latest information, whether it is related to fashion and textiles or something interesting. And I'm Wing Sun, the program leader, and also together with me is Dr. Madam Lam, and a deputy program leader. And also we have a lovely colleague to help us, Miss Hillary Ken. So any particular problem, and you are most welcome to send us email for further contact. So that's it for my presentation, for my sharing with you. So please, any question, you can speed up or share in the chat room. Again, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you'll find some of the information useful or interesting. Thank you, Gina. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. So you can catch up.
Thank you, Dr.
Taylor.
Liu. And so any one of you, if you got questions, feel free to ask in the chat room. So here's one question.
What is GIP? I don't understand FIT. Okay, FIT probably is the most prestigious fashion institution in the United States, and one of the so you can try to Google it. They always the first or second, I mean, in terms of ranking, fashion school, and a very long history, and very famous alumni like Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, okay, and very influential indeed, because they have a very GIP. But actually, you asked about GIP or FIT. FIT is an institution. GIP is the Global Immersion Study Pathway. Okay, GIP is a Global Immersion Study Pathway, right? Okay, we have two pathways, GIP 1 and Pathway 1 and Pathway 2. For pathway, for option 1, it is for experienced professional. As I told you that we've been running program for 18 years. That is what I call the traditional, the classic global fashion management. So this pathway, we've been running together with Fashion Institute of Technology and Institute Français de la Mode for more than 18 years. And so over the years, we've been targeting working professionals. So we want the applicant, the candidates to have a very good working experience. So I just want to share with you a little bit more. In the past, we put down like 3 years of working experience, but actually most of the applicants, they have, those people we accepted, they have more than 5 years experience from middle management to senior management level. Okay, so I think I told you that the reason for that is there's a tax agreement among the 3 institutions. And also another thing very important is when we join the seminar together with their students, all of them are very mature. So that's why we really want someone with a very good experience, good background. Otherwise, it's very difficult to pick up the kind of conversation, the kind of discussion with our partner institution. Okay, that is GIP. Okay, about FIT. FIT is a Fashion Institute of Technology, which is one of the best fashion schools in the world. Okay, probably the longest history in United States. The next one is a little bit mixed up. Okay, I want to follow the order. Assessment criteria. Okay, first of all, you have to get through the system of the university, because before the application come to us, the university will try to screen out some of the applications. So I think that there's a certain kind of university list by the university. Okay, and then of course, as usual, we'll study your background. Assessment. Okay, assessment criteria. Okay, assessment criteria for each subject. Now it really depends on the teacher, on the subject lecturer, but some of them you have to normally you have to go through like continuous assessment, and particularly we want to see how people work together with each other. So normally there should be some kind of group project, and for some teachers they still want some kind of examination. Okay, and then for some teachers they just want a continuous assessment, some group project from the individual subject. It really depends on different subject lecturer. Okay, and then the next one, update for the interview. It's still early, and in the sense that we're still receiving applications, and also we want to, so our plan is to start the interview about February. Okay, so I think, so today is January, still early, and also the application number is still growing. I mean, more and more people are sending in the application. So that's why our plan is to start the interview about should be after the Chinese New Year. GPA. About GPA, and I think it is part of the reference, but and also if you are invited for the interview, your performance during the interview also very important. Okay, so if you don't have a very good GPA, still you have another chance. Try to impress us during the interview. So we are looking for candidates. I always said that in the long run can contribute to the industry, to the school, and also to the society. Okay, I mean, not just because you like fashion and then you want to build up a kind of business. So I want someone with a good vision. And we have the course outline, right, in the website.
Let me supplement. For the course outline, it is uploaded on the internet already. But for the details of those electives, it will be uploaded later.
Okay. So as I said, we just revamped the program, and also it's just approved by the university administration. So chances are there's still something minor we have to adjust. But anyway, it will be in our website very soon. So about the elective subjects. So yeah, as you can imagine, it is not a very big program. It is very selective, and I mean, in terms of how we choose the candidates, selective. We want a group with vibrant, with the passion, and then a very good discussion in the class. So we are looking at a very big group of students. So don't expect like you sit in the lecture theater, okay, 100 or 200 students listen to the lecture. So the question, Keith, you're asking about elective subjects. The reason we try to limit it is because in the past, we had a lot of elective subjects. So at the end of the day, we only like one student or two students in different respective class. And that is not good for the students and also for the teacher and also for the class, for the program as well. So we want to limit the size of the class, not too big, not too small, good enough for interaction and also good enough to generate interest for the students. Intake number for immersion 1 about 20. For immersion 2, immersion 1 I mean for the professionals, okay. For those people with good experience, about 20. For the option targeting fresh graduate, about 30. And of course, we'll work around the numbers, okay. But the whole program is about 50 students, and full-time and part-time, yeah, both full-time, part-time. So as you could imagine, for those working professionals, if you are from Hong Kong, okay, I think that chances are you will try to apply for the part-time status, but the thing is the option 1, immersion 1, targeting working professionals. So as I expect you're holding a job during the day, but for those students from the mainland or from other countries, okay, you are having a good enough working experience, and then you are very interested in this program with FRD and IFM, and for technical reason, for the I mean, it is a kind of regulation set by the government. You have to apply for full-time when you try to study here in Hong Kong because of your student status, okay? But still, during your study here, you will go to the class in the evening, because as a foreign student, your student status could only be full-time, not part-time, even though you study practically like a part-time student. Is it clear or a little bit confusing? It's okay, but okay. No, I think I answered it. Taylor, I think I answered the question for you. For option 1 is like 20. For option 2 is like 30. The reason for option 1 is 20 is because just immersion is a collaboration with 2 other fashion institutions, right? And so when we try to group together with students of other partner institution, the group size will be very big. So immersion 20 students from each partner institution put together will be like 60. Yeah, and Taylor, and the background is welcome. Advertising, other media, even sociology, even anthropology, and the thing is, we think it is more interesting, more creative if we could, during the class discussion, we have people from different backgrounds. Okay. So any more questions? So Gina, I think you could study part-time, but but still try to send your question to Hillary, and then or even to me, and then I'll try to clarify it with our university academic secretariat. Because the thing is, the government policy sometimes a little bit delicate. Okay, I don't want to take a risk to give you a wrong answer. But anyway, I try to redirect your question to our university. I think you could apply part-time. Gina. Thank you. Great to share all this information with you. That is a great program and look forward to see you.